I was going anxious, so I and my friends together were sitting and waiting for the results eagerly. Finally, result came at 6 p.m. Something around that time. And when I saw that so-called holy PDF, I told my friend to search my name, and he searched my name and saw my name. So it was a moment which cannot be described into words. I took a pause and then I called my mother, and she started crying. That was the surreal emotion of being something of worth it.
Hi, in this video we bring to you the story of Pawar Bankesh Babarao, a UPSC CSE 2020 aspirant with an All India rank of 516. Pawar hails from Maharashtra and has a background in engineering. Immediately after his engineering, even though he had promising job opportunities, he decided to dive into UPSC preparation full time, and he emerged with flying colors. What motivated him to take up the preparation full time even though he had promising opportunities? What were his driving forces? What kind of support from his family did he have? What was his preparation strategy? What were his key to success? And what steps did he take to make sure that he cracked UPSC and secured a rank of 516? Watch this video to find out.
I am Bankesh Pawar. I come from Yatmal district of Maharashtra. I have done my schooling there itself, and my All India rank is 516 in UPSC CSE 2020. I have done my graduation in electronics engineering from VIT Pune, and thereafter I had job opportunities, but I directly came here to Delhi to prepare for civil services. So finally I have achieved the success. But while interacting with the selected candidates, and also my parents gave me confidence that I should prepare full time for UPSC, and I thought that my ultimate goal was clearing the civil services examinations, and so that I get an opportunity to serve in diverse field and so that your decisions have an impact on society at a larger scale. So I took a conscious decision that I will prepare for civil services full time. The key drivers were the support system at the back of the mind. My parents, teachers and the mentors, they gave me confidence that they will back me no matter what, and that gave me a sense of satisfaction and confidence that if things go wrong, I would have something to fall back on. So I thought I would prepare full time and also do justice to the preparation. Understanding the scope of the examination, the demand of the examination itself, being a newbie from a technical background, it did took time for me. So in that sense, that was one of the challenge. Secondly, while staying, you have to focus on your health as well. So that becomes crucial, because during my second interview, I was down with dengue. So that in that case you have to focus on your health as well. That cannot be compromised in any way. In that way, these are the main challenges, but the routine challenges are always there. Every day is a challenge, I would say, but because every day has a scope to be completed in a way that your daily target needs to be achieved in a time frame manner. And secondly, there are lots of ups and downs in the preparation, and your failures become the source of your success, which I have witnessed, because you need to learn from your failures, which are very challenging, and especially when you see that your friends are doing exceptionally well and you have been going from this phase of giving interview and failing and coming back again to the prelim stage. That managing that phase is a very challenging task, I would say. I was enrolled in the essay program of Educhemy, and regarding its utility, I would say that Educhemy essay program is one of a kind, because it gives a very detailed perspective as well as understanding of how the essay should be approached, because essay is a topic wherein minimum inputs can give maximum marks, as the efforts required are less, how to interlink the topics, how to make the dimensions out of the essay, how to do introduction, how to do conclusion, the structuring overall, and also the perspective in which the essay is asked was taught aptly by Shabbir sir. I am very thankful to him, so that because last year I received got less marks in essay, and his timely intervention and feedbacks provided through the correction of the copies were very targeted, and it led to improvement in my marks. So I'm very thankful to Edukemi for this. It helped me a lot, I would say, because the whatever essay classes were being taken, their detailed handwritten notes were provided on the portal, and it also saved the time as well as gave a very precise inputs on whatever the content of the material was. So in that way it was very helpful, very timely. Mostly as in the COVID era, most of the classes were in the digital or online domain. So the notes were provided were very helpful and very timely. Correcto was a very good portal because there was a fixed timeline wherein you have to submit the test, and there were timely correction as well. So in that way it was a seamless experience, to be frank with, and it provided very correction of the answer copies, and the procedural aspects were being handled very well. I would say that every test I have written for essay was very minutely examined, and very apt suggestions or corrections were being provided, which does have an impact on the final marks you will get in essay examination. So I would say that in Edukemi essay program was very well conducted, and in a way it provided a sense of improvement vis-a-vis essay is concerned. The live interactive classes were very helpful in a way that it provided a simulating environment where offline like experience was in a way happening during the online classes, because there were live one-to-one interaction with the faculty, and it did help in providing timely inputs to the faculty and getting your doubts cleared in that instance itself. So use of technology was very aptly done. I would be thankful for this. The situation was actually very precarious, grim, where even there was a doubt of interacting with the people surrounding you, and especially during the tough pandemic time last year, during I got a final result where I couldn't make it to the final list, and from that stage, picking up from that stage to give next attempt was also a challenging task. So in this way, your firm motivation, inner motivation, your stability of mind, your support system, your backing of your parents, teachers does help. In this way, I focused more on my next target. Back of the mind, I was having that confidence that I need to improve on certain areas, and if I put in conscious effort, that improvement will show results. So in that way, I also stabilized my inner emotions by doing meditations or interacting with my parents. That did help me a lot. My daily routine used to start at 8 a.m. and I would have a target of completing the subjects of 10 days or 15 days. I would do this target, and I would usually start my day with reading newspapers, because newspapers are a basis of your preparation of current affairs as well as expanding the scope of understanding. So I used to read the Hindu newspaper, make notes of it vis-a-vis the overlapping with the syllabus, and my day used to go in shifts. I would study in shifts from 8 to 11, take a break of half hour, then 11 to 1, then go for lunch, then start again at 3 p.m, 3 to 6, then again like that I used to study till 10 p.m. So that was the overall schedule of my day. And I would also say that revising whatever you are studying at the end of the day is equally important, because revision does play a key role in your preparation. Yeah, initially I moved to Delhi from Pune to prepare for UPSC, and during that time it did help me to, because of the overall environment around you, the kind of exposure you get, it does help a lot. But now that the scenario of gaining education is changing, and during the COVID pandemic has accelerated online learning, and there are various interventions where live interactive sessions as well as education can be addressed at the your remote locations as well, wherever you are. So I would say that there is no need to move to other cities to prepare for UPSC. Rather than being in your own city, you can prepare. There is no harm. It's not like that you are losing on anything. So I would say that not moving to cities doesn't provide any harm to your preparation. Preparation of prelim is very tricky. I would say it is one of the very toughest part of your preparation. So while preparing for prelims, I focused more on the doing my basics right, because for that I focused on NCERTs and supplemented with books like Lakshmikant, Spectrum, then G.C. Leong. So that helped me creating a very strong base. In that way I had my notes prepared from them. So that has helped me in my prelims preparation. And another part, I would say that the current affairs are very crucial for prelims, almost 30 to 35 questions come from current affairs. So for current affairs, my strategy was that I focused on newspaper and as well as supplemented with a magazine of an institute. And also for that I used to make notes, targeted notes, which were very innovative and also having a chance of coming into examination. So I had compiled that notes as well. And lastly, I would say solving mock test papers are very important, because it does help you to know your or gauge your level of preparation. So solving at least 30 papers is advisable. Don't solve almost 80 to 90 papers as some people do. It is not required. At least 30 to 35 papers should be done. For mains, I would say that you cannot segregate the level of preparation like prelims separate and mains separate, because most of the things is there, but the only application part is different. That in mains you have to write answers in a very structured, concise and apt way. So for mains, answer writing is very crucial, and you should know what exactly to write and how to frame an answer. For that I have practiced a lot on daily answer writing. Apart from that, I had joined test series where I got timely inputs that whatever improvements are required in my answers have been done. Whatever keywords or whatever diagrams or data which is required to be supplemented while answer writing should be done. In that way, it was a path of self-correction and improvement with service answer writing is concerned. Apart from that, I also referred the model answers of other test series of the institutes, previous year's questions of the UPSC, whatever which were being asked, deep analysis of it. It did help me to gain a perspective on which directions questions might be asked, and the level of understanding required to answer these questions. In this way, also completing your answers is very important, or completing your papers for mains is very important. That is a very crucial aspect. That is the bare minimum required. So you should complete your answers, and it is advisable that you should not skip any answers. So in this way, mains can be tackled. Interview, I would say that it is not an interview but a personality test, where whatever thing is knowledge has been tested, but the way you express your knowledge, way you carry yourself, your body language does matter. For UPSC preparation for the interview, doing mock interviews while interacting or giving your mocks with the other retired senior bureaucrats which are there, that does help to gain the way you express yourself, how confident you are, how confidently you are expressing, not just that you are mugging the answers and giving, but it should appear that you are thinking impromptu and giving it in a genuine your own way. That in that way only your true personality gets revealed. So I would say that more focus on your detailed application form, whatever you have filled. It should be like your research paper. Each and every keyword should be thoroughly revised, researched, and your short notes should be prepared for every topic in the DAF. And it should be supplemented with current affairs, because there is a maximum chance that current affairs, current happenings in the past 1 to 2 months are being asked, or they do get asked by the board. So thorough understanding of the current affairs does help, and in way there is being true to yourself, showing your true personality will yield marks. Handling D-Day is, I think, is very important, especially on the day of your prelims or your mains examination, which is almost a 6 to 7 day process, and also interview. It is one of the most crucial phases, I would say. So handling of whatever you have learned and being not conscious or tentative about it is very important, because you have to trust on your preparation. It's not like that you are getting less marks in the mocks or other papers, that you will not perform well here. It is on the that day itself, whatever how you perform on that day is actually going to be counted. So trust yourself, be confident, eat well, sleep well, because sleeping before the day of an exam is very crucial, because if you don't rest yourself well, because that will have a bearing on the way you solve your paper. So I would say that these things needs to be taken into account while executing your plans on D-Day. UPSC preparation is very time consuming. Don't lose hope, even though if you are not able to clear any phase of the examination. Success, if you put in genuine efforts, then success can be only be delayed but not denied. So your conscious effort needs to be put in. You need to be honest with yourself, and there needs to be inner motivation to achieve something. And that sense of understanding should be there, wherein you put a conscious efforts are not being done in other directions which are not demanded by the examination specific. So we need to have certain conscious or concise plan rather than hard work. I would say that hard work is the bare minimum required, but that hard work should be in a targeted way for the examination point of view. मंजिल उन्हीं को मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है, पंखों से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. थैंक यू.